I'm picking up a bowling ball after this.
What? Oh, I forgot you talked about going bowling.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Is this like a...
It's not a bit.
I was like, what? Am I the pin or...
No. I'm picking up a bowling ball after this. I bought my own ball.
You know the bowling pin company, the company that makes the bowling pins?
Which one?
I don't remember which one.
I don't know. I don't even know a name for one.
Well, they were like, people really like bowling pins. You know what we should also sell?
Balls?
Murder. They make war weapons.
Oh, Jesus.
Same as Ball, the mason jar company.
Jarvis, Google that.
They make, I think it's like navigation systems for missiles.
Wait, what company?
They're all canceled.
Ball?
Yeah, like the
Ball
mason jar.
mason.
Ball mason.
What
yeah, the
fuck?
mason.
That is
jar.
a weird.
If you see a mason jar, you'll be like, like on...
I get why, though. Because you know how the saying is we want to turn the Middle East to glass?
No, I've never heard that.
Well, we turned it to glass, and then they use the glass for ball mason jars. It makes sense. They're investing into nuclear weapons to completely wipe out one of the major suppliers of oil in the world. To keep it for ourselves so we get the oil and the glass. It is a no-brainer.
That's a very problematic take.
Well, it's not a take. It was a joke.
Oh.
I was like,
I don't believe
we
this.
were both sitting here
like,
being
is that
serious.
Is the Middle East made of glass, Becca?
It's made of sand.
When sand is heated,
Exactly, but
and when you drop bombs.
But is it though?
No.
Exactly.
I didn't understand what you were saying.
I'm sorry. I'm cranky today.
Apparently. Jesus.
What'd you say?
I mean, look at Lucy. It's like she senses your crankiness.
Okay. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna.
This is my dog, Lucy, the Doberman that you will occasionally see, and she will probably annoy us through the whole podcast.
Yeah.
By annoy us, I mean probably knock over cameras.
The moment I walked in the door, she jumped at me. I was like, oh. I forgot about you.
I forgot you existed. She just wants love. And she's just like a big baby who doesn't know how long her limbs are. She just like...
That's how I feel sometimes, honestly. When I like bump into things, I'm like, I'm just a baby.
And then she's like annoying baby right now. She's just like directly on top of... Oh, fuck, that hurt my fucking jaw. There's baby. Running away from Lucy.
If she gets down at any point, she's going to knock everything. She's going to run into the cords.
She's not really that hyper.
I'm just saying, like, if she gets down, she's going to get caught on a cord. And it's going to be like, and everything's going to go flying.
That's like my fear with her.
Yeah.
We're gonna try it out.
All right. What's the safe word for run away from home and not come back?
You hurt her feelings.
She's like, can you fucking believe you just said that? Oh my god. She's rubbed her ass on me. I know I'm wearing a white t-shirt, but it's not fucking toilet paper, dude.
She loves it.
It's a hoodie, actually. I'm rhetorical. Anyway.
We're gonna fight.
All right.
I feel like we're all blah today.
I'm brain fogged out.
Do you want to talk about your medicine?
Oh, okay. So I'm going to use the dramatic term for what I have. Hay fever.
Is that contagious?
What the fuck is hay fever?
It's allergies. Oh, like really fucking bad allergies. It's called hay fever.
Maybe I got the same shit.
Like literally, okay, so apparently May is the worst for allergies, and I've never had allergies this bad in my entire fucking life. It's like I have like the flu or something. Yeah. My whole face is swollen. It's swollen. My nasal passages were so swollen. My teeth hurt.
Ooh.
Wow.
My eyes were inflamed and itchy. Like I wanted to rip them out of my head. They were so itchy. I could not be comfortable anywhere. I kept breaking out into hives. And it's because of the I think it's tree pollen. The beginning of May, it was nice outside every day, so we had all the windows open. And there's a tree around my house that I absolutely fucking allergic to. Like at work, I'd be fine. Not fine. Towards the middle of the day, my eyes would start to itch because everybody's mowing their lawns and shit. And I would start to be uncomfortable, and then I would get home and it would just all flare the fuck up like after an hour of being home. And it's because we had all the fucking windows open. I tried to schedule a doctor's appointment, and the soonest I could get into a doctor was the end of July. And I'm like, I cannot fucking live like this.
Yeah.
I cannot fucking live like this for the next 2 months. Like, I can't do it. Like, it was so bad that I'm like, I'm ready to end it all. I'm ready to unalive myself over this because
Holy
that's how
shit.
fucking miserable I was. Anyway, I'm like Googling, like, because my Flonase was not working anymore. It would give me relief for like 30 minutes. Apparently, Flonase clears out your nasal cavities of like anything that's in there. So if I had pollen in my nose, it would clear it out and I'd feel good. But the windows were open, so I just breathe it right the fuck back in.
Are you still taking your Flonase?
Yes,
Okay.
I have to.
I was about to say, because it's like, I think it's like it's habit forming.
Flonase?
Yeah. Like if you take it enough,
Yeah.
you kind of get dependent on it.
Addicted. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I have to take it like 3 times a day.
Yeah. Well, you're on the shits. Like if you stop taking it, I don't know what the symptoms would be, but you wouldn't have a good time. So I was just making sure. That
I have stopped taking it. Whenever I stop taking it, my nasal passages become so inflamed that they swell up, and I guess how it's all set up, they press on the nerves of my teeth.
Yeah.
And then it's extreme tooth pain.
That would make sense. It's kind of like the same thing with eye drops.
Mhm.
How if you use eye drops enough, your body stops making whatever fluid, I guess tears, to hydrate your eyes because you have an external thing that you're doing. So
Yeah.
I think your sinuses are doing the same thing right now. If you haven't been taking it.
No, I take it.
Okay.
The only time I don't take it is if I run out of it. And then literally, if I don't take it for like 3 days in a row,
Yeah.
I'm fine for those 3 days. But then I start taking again, and then it's like everything just fucks up. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I can't sleep because my teeth. It's like
Ugh.
It's not like a tooth pain, like there's a cavity. It's more so like
Pressure.
it's a pulsating pain, and I can't tell what tooth it's in because
Ugh.
it's
Yep.
all of them.
Oh God. Jesus.
And it sometimes will even echo down to my bottom jaw just because it's like pulsating.
Mm.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah, that
It's
sounds
so
terrible.
awful.
Just get new sinuses, dude.
Yeah.
And like on my legs,
Filled with
around my
concrete.
ankles from where I walk through grass would break out into fucking hives all the way up.
Hmm.
Anyway, I was so miserable that I was Googling like what other allergy medicine works really, really well that I could buy over the fucking counter because like I can't go to okay, so there's a problem with my insurance through my work. The problem is nobody knows how to fucking no doctor knows how to properly like log it into their system, so they just keep putting me down as uninsured.
Oh, the gravy?
Yeah, it's called Gravy, but it's through, what is it called? Aetna?
Yep.
Aetna?
Aetna.
It's through Aetna. So they're supposed to, if they say on the back of the card, if you accept Aetna, you accept Gravy.
Mm-hmm.
But every doctor keeps putting it down as uninsured and wanting us to pay like thousands of dollars. And I have to literally send the bill to Gravy to get it fucking covered. So if I were to go to an urgent care, they'd be like, no, we don't accept this. And I'm like, read the back, bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The back of the card.
That is kind of annoying.
And then you sit in
And then
jail.
they would make me pay full price right then and there. So I can't.
Jesus
Yeah, so I can't go
Christ.
to an urgent care
Yeah.
because of this dumbass fucking insurance. So like I was Googling things and then I found online that they have like at-home allergy tests and then they'll send you, they'll figure out what you're allergic to and send you medication. I'm like, oh my God, that would be fucking
That
amazing.
would be sweet.
So I went to Reddit to see it, like people who've actually used it. And apparently it's like $300 a month. Because you have to keep going to doctors and stuff, and you have to
Holy
pay for a
shit.
doctor's visit. And I'm like, it'd probably be more for me because of my whole insurance issue.
Yep.
And I didn't know what the fuck to do. I went to my Gravy's website, my insurance website, and then I'm like, is there something that can help me on here? And then there was a section that said Teledoc. And under the Teledoc, it said Teledoc is for this, and allergies. And I was like, fuck yeah. I literally had a video chat call with a fucking doctor. Which, by the way, if you've never used Teledoc, it was fucking amazing. Okay, like, yes, it's awkward that you have to sit there and talk to a physical doctor while sitting in your living room. But literally, the doctor popped in and was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Where am I?"
That's the same word. That's the same place I went with. Whoa. What? Where am I? Where?
And then I was like, "Hello, you were in my living room."
Yeah.
No, and then I told him, like, literally, this is the conversation. He's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "I have really bad allergies," and I explained my symptoms. And then I was like, "Flonase isn't working anymore." And he's like, "Are you taking only Flonase?" I'm like, "Yes, in the morning and at night." And he's like, "And that's all you're taking?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna prescribe you medicine. Have a good day." And then he popped off. It was literally like 30 fucking seconds.
That sounds like my dream.
And then,
Nice.
like, immediately I got a notification, like, your prescriptions have been sent to your pharmacy.
That's cool.
And then
is it
I
called?
immediately,
That was with her.
Teledoc. It was $0.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Teledog. Just kidding.
It cost me nothing, okay? And then, literally... the whole thing took an hour. It took an hour. I talked to the doctor. I had to wait for my prescriptions to be filled. I drove to my pharmacy. I picked them up. I came home and then I took them.
Sounds amazing.
It was the best experience I've ever had in the medical
And
field
they
ever.
took your insurance?
Yes. Because
Well-
I found it through my insurance website.
That's what I was trying. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
That's because I was like, what the fuck can I do? Because I'm
Yeah.
sick of dealing with this. Anyway, they prescribed me...
Well, don't show it because I don't want. I guess I could blur it.
I'll move it around a lot. 3 medications. One...
One is methamphetamine. The second one,
It's a
Black tar heroin.
famotidine. Which
Fentanyl!
Fet. You got fet.
I don't remember what this one is exactly for, but apparently this one is helps with tummy issues.
Does it say that on the bottle?
Tummy issue.
No, I always read what
tummy?
I always go through and read all the words in the prescription thing to see like side effects and this and this and that. And like some medications you can't take ibuprofen with or you can't take
Yeah.
Tylenol with. And I take ibuprofen all the time. So I like make sure that it doesn't have an interaction with that because I don't want to fucking die in my sleep. You know what I mean?
It's way to go.
Honestly?
But there's this one's for the actual allergies itself. Okay. I'm covering up the label. But this one
Well, what's it called though? Like what kind of medicine is it?
Cetirizine. Cetirizine?
Cetirizine? Some shit? It's fentanyl.
Oh my
In
god.
its purest form.
Here,
Concentrate.
there we go. I'm covering up my full name.
What are the. You said there's papers with like
Okay, this
crazy
one,
symptoms.
Montelescott.
Michael Scott?
Okay, this one right here it was just like it was wild with the side effects.
Is it going to turn you green? Does it turn you to the Hulk?
What'd you call it?
Telescott?
It's
Telescat?
Montelucas. What?
Oh.
Like you.
Monty?
Did you even read what you? You just saw the M and the T, and you're like, Monteluca.
I just skimmed the word, obviously. It's so long.
It's like Monty Lou Cast. I feel like I'm
You have
doing like
leukemia?
don't say that. I feel like I'm doing like a incoherent or like the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like you read the card and you don't know what you're saying.
Oh, that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Montelukast Montelou onto the podcast. I don't know.
Apparently, this medication here, it's usually prescribed for people with asthma. And it helps them
makes
when you
sense.
do like hardcore exercises. It helps you be able to breathe. It like opens up something in your lungs or something so you
Yeah.
can breathe better. But it helps with hives because I like looked way into it because I'm like, okay, this list, I don't even know if I want to fucking take this.
Yeah.
And I saw somewhere that it also helps with like mold if you have a mold allergy.
Oh, they meant like in your house.
No,
Just like a
That's why it
light.
smells like
yeah,
that in
you I
here.
can just and then it just kills it. No, it helps with mold allergy. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to take this. But this came not only with the regular symptoms and stuff of everything, but a 2-page warning with the medication. And here is a list.
May cause pregnancy.
Whoa. Holy shit.
It's like
You're the next Mary. Sorry.
serious mental health problems have happened in people taking. How do you pronounce the word, Matt?
Monty.
Montelukast?
Montelukast.
I'm just saying it
Just
how
say
it's spelled.
Monty.
It says that problems can
Montelukast.
even continue after treatment has stopped. Which I'm only going to be taking this for like 2 months, so it's not like something that I don't have asthma, so I don't need to take it like every day of my life.
It gives you asthma.
No, it's
No,
for
I know,
asthma.
I know.
It says this can happen with or without a history of mental health problems.
So it can give you mental health problems?
Yes. Yes.
Does it say what?
The list is very long, and
Bipolar.
I'll read some of them. agitation, including aggressive behavior or hostility, attention problems, bad or vivid dreams, which we all know I have night terrors.
Oh no.
Depression, disorientation, anxious, irritability, hallucinations, seeing or hearing things that are not really there.
We're not actually here right now and you're doing a podcast by yourself.
Completely. Yeah.
Memory problems, obsessive compulsive symptoms, which I have OCD, so it's kind of like, is that going to make it worse?
All this over hay fever?
Yes, which is just, it has a professional term that I don't remember, but like I just called it hay fever because that's like the slang term.
Slang.
Restlessness, sleepwalking, stuttering, suicidal thoughts and actions, including suicide.
I figured that's where I was heading if it was suicidal.
Tremors, trouble sleeping,
Going
uncontrolled muscle movements. Oh, there's more. Well, the other ones are just like headache, runny nose.
It kind of reminds me of like the depression medicine where it's like may cause suicidal thoughts. It's like, oh, so it's gonna make what I have worse. Great.
Yeah.
But like I told Justin, I'm like, if I display any symptoms of like aggressive behavior or hostility, I mean, I already have ADHD, so the ADHD and the OCD, so like those are things that are already there.
How long do you have to take this medicine? For till college?
I guess until summer's over.
Oh, it's something you have to consistently take.
Yeah, for allergies, just for the pollen season.
I thought it was like hay fever was something that was like a short-term thing, but it's like
no.
a diagnosis.
Yeah, it's something that as long as there are tree pollen in the air and people cutting their grass, I'm gonna have a fucking problem.
Just tell everyone to stop cutting their grass.
Okay. I'll be like, you inconsiderate fuck, as I'm driving by their house in my Prime van.
You're like,
Okay, but if you think about it, people that mow their grass and leave the clippings in the road, that's inconsiderate as fuck.
Well, that
what
can.
else are you supposed to do with it?
Well,
oh my
motorcycle
God.
drivers,
It can kill them. It's like driving on ice.
Yeah.
Well,
Have you ever driven
drive
on
on the grass?
You could. I mean,
Sometimes it's not a choice.
Tell
Like
them
people.
to stay on the road. Don't drive in the grass.
No. It goes on. Okay, shut up.
You guys
But
are
it's
not. You guys are not picking up on my sarcasm. today.
Motorcyclists.
No, we're not. Get injured.
Oh, well, I'm meaning like in a suburb. I hope it's allergies. What I have right now, my throat is like fucking killing me.
What activities?
Yeah, my
have you
throat,
been
like
doing?
literally it was like flu symptoms. Like my throat was on fire.
Yeah.
My I was sniffly. I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, I'm
I kept coughing.
like yesterday. I woke up with a sore throat for the first time in like a year.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, it's probably GERD. I'm like, it would
Yeah.
make way more sense because I had a burger the night before, and it was like super super greasy. Like it would make sense. It was like operations, process of elimination.
Process of
Thank you,
elimination.
thank you. Okay, that word.
Process of lemon.
What was I even? Oh, so I thought it was GERD, and I mean, it still could be, but it wasn't as bad as it was when I woke up this morning. So it was literally just a sore throat when I woke up, and then I was having like trouble swallowing, and then like when I would swallow, I'd hold my breath, and I'd be sitting there like trying to swallow, and I couldn't. So like I'd be sitting there like out of breath because I wasn't like the muscle wasn't working the way that it should. And I had a little bit of shortness of breath. It wasn't terrible. Like right now, even now, it's not terrible. Like I can breathe. Like I have to keep reminding myself that. But I didn't have like a dry cough until this morning, but it kind of went away.
You could you could be getting sick, but I had all those symptoms
Right.
with my allergies.
So I was thinking I was getting sick with something because I have like this brain fog. I'm like, I've had COVID before, but with COVID, I had a fever before I had symptoms. So
But there are a lot of variations that it could.
right.
Should we force them to take a COVID test? I have like 15 of them.
Shit, if you got
Right
it.
now, live on the
That's fine.
podcast.
I will take one.
It's
Oh,
positive.
and then this morning I woke up at like 6 because I had a nosebleed.
Oh,
Like I woke up. This is the second time in the past like 6 months that I woke up in the middle of the night because I had a nosebleed. This time was not as bad though. It was like I felt it running. And I was like, oh, that feels like blood. But I was like, I did this, and I kept being like, I couldn't see my finger, but I was like, I don't see any red, and I just went back to bed. And then it just kept running, and I was like, okay, I should probably get up. I went and checked. Usually when I have a bloody nose, it's like gushing. This time I just had bloody boogers essentially.
Yeah. It sounds like it could, like I said, it could be allergy related, but also since it's hitting summer, the air is really dry. Yeah. So because the air is really dry, it's bothering your throat and your nose.
I've been getting out more often. The
solution to that, at least while you're sleeping, is to get a dehumidifier.
Or a humidifier.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Dry the air out even more.
No, a humidifier. Just be careful with humidifiers because if you have any like posters or anything like that on your wall, they crinkle. So you'd have to turn it on.
I have posters, so I probably might have to get a little one like that. Or is that just for essential oils?
That one, it is for essential oils, but it is
putting moisture in the air.
Yes, you put water in it and then you put some essential oils. And I have one of those next to my bed that I turn on. And it doesn't crinkle anything in my room, so.
Oh, and I, because of my last nosebleed, I bought saline spray, but you're not supposed to blow your nose 2 days after you have a nosebleed. So, like, usually with the saline spray, I'll spray it in my nose, and then I'll blow my nose, and it, like, completely clears me out.
Yeah.
And it's fucking sweet.
I need to get some of that,
but it's not habit
now.
forming, which is, like, the reason why I wanted to use it, or why I avoided it for so long, because I thought it was habit forming, like eye drops. But
the only reason I take Flonase is because literally doctors have told me that's what you need to take.
Right.
So I've been taking it.
You're following doctor's orders.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I had a cough. The brain fog is fucking me up. Like, that made me think I had a fever this morning. And, like, while I was driving here, I was like, man, I might be getting sick. Fuck, I might be getting sick. I feel fine, though. Like, I feel like I would have the fever by now if it was something else. But if you want me to take a test, I'll take a test.
Oh, you're good.
I'll take a test.
I mean, unless it's
it's
content for the pod.
Yeah. This shit better not get in the way of me getting my bowling ball today, dude. I'm going to go play ball. I want to play ball. I want to ball my ball that I just got. They, like, literally form it to your hand.
Oh.
So every time the post office offers COVID tests, I always order them.
Yes.
I've been ordering them, but they don't fit my mailbox, so they just get sent back.
But yeah, they measured my hand for the bowling ball, so it's gonna be like a custom fit.
They already measured it?
Yeah, they measured it. I went in yesterday because I met with my buddy Mason. He said that I could get it, like, I could be in and out same day, 15 minutes. But he bowls differently than I do. He doesn't use the thumb hole because he's a two-handed bowler. So it takes longer to drill out the thumb hole. He has to, like, hand whittle it. But with the other ones, it's literally just like a lathe thing where he just puts it down and he just uses a certain drill bit that's the same size as my fingers. But
do you get to, like, pick the color of it and stuff?
I picked out the ball that I wanted to use. But the stock was kind of short right now because they just bought a whole bunch of newer stuff that isn't I could get it, but it's kind of expensive, and I'm just trying to just get the basics down before I invest too much.
Right.
But he gave me a ball bag, and shoes for like $270.
That's
but
pretty good.
For everything individually, I would have spent like $400-500. So
do they all, like, match, or is it just, like, random?
Well, it is random, but the ball is like black gloss with like it's like a resin gray and red, like it looks. I think it's called like red smoke.
I like
it. It looks really cool. And the bag that I chose, it's black, but it has like a red accent like around it, and then the shoes are just black. So
okay, so it does match.
Kind of, but it wasn't made to,
like, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like I made my outfit, but it was from different brand. Like,
yeah.
I got Nike, and then I got Adidas, and then I got Under Armour.
Are you gonna go bowling right after, or
no? I'm bowling tonight though. If I'm feeling good.
Okay, twist that in your nose 5 times each,
I've taken this before.
And then you want to twist it in here 15 times.
I've taken this before.
And then 3 drops in here.
I've taken one of them. I've done this shit. I love this shit.
Should we all take it and then switch it up? And then if one of them's positive,
oh my God,
we don't know who.
No.
Have you seen that though? People do that with pregnancy tests.
Yeah.
Like a group of girls will be like,
can you imagine though? I'd be like, which one of us is pregnant?
That's like part of it, right? Because like if they're all negative, you're like, okay, cool. But it's like if one's positive, you're like,
it's the panic. Oh yeah, you just had a bloody nose, so that's probably not the like.
Yeah, no, it's on the other side. I'm doing this side last. but I don't know where it was.
What is that noise?
Trash
Garbage
man.
truck.
Oh, I was like, is there construction?
By the way, I
No.
will say it is very inconvenient. They put a fire hydrant right across the street, so now you can't even park there.
No, we park there. You just can't block it.
Oh, okay.
So we park to where our front of our car is barely covering it, but as long as the fire people can get to it, it doesn't matter.
But then can a fire truck even come down this road?
Yeah, they do it all the time because Fish calls the cops all the time, and then ambulance and fire trucks fucking show up.
He just says help. He doesn't give any instructions, so they just send everyone.
Dude, one time, Freedom was in town and his dogs got loose, and they went up to Fish. Fish is my next door neighbor, for those of you who don't know. His name, well, I'm not going to give his real name, but we call him Fish.
I don't even know his real name, but you don't have to tell me.
Jeffrey.
He's not all there mentally. Okay. Anyway, Freedom's dogs went over and were like, woo, at him, and he was like, ah! And he like
shot him.
He called the cops and he's like, 2 pit bulls just to try to attack me. And the cops fucking Freedom's dogs.
Do I shake this?
Where's your stick?
Shake.
No, you're supposed to put it in there, squeeze it.
I did.
You do it 15 times.
I did. Do I shake this?
No.
I feel like I have to shake this.
I mean, if you stir it, it should be okay.
I didn't watch you do it 15 times.
I think you did it 15. Oh my god, I was right
there.
there.
Did you see? Did you see him do it? I didn't see him do it. Okay.
And he did the squeezy.
I'm on camera doing it. Like, I didn't see it.
Okay,
you will in like 4 months.
Put three drops in the tester. You can shake it if you want to. I don't think it really fucking matters. There you go.
Hey, I'm like, I feel like I have to.
No,
what if it said on big letters, don't shake? Invalid. I'm just kidding. It obviously doesn't matter.
If Matthew's test is positive, then I would consider all of us taking tests. But I kind of like hoard my tests for emergency purposes, and I don't like wasting them.
Do they expire?
Eventually.
Yeah, like after like 5 years.
You got the extra COVID.
They're like, it's so bad, it's not even showing up on our fucking test.
I have never had COVID.
I don't believe that for a second.
That is
I've taken tests and stuff. Whenever I don't feel good, when I feel sick, I will take a COVID test, and I'll take multiple through the whole time I'm sick. Like, because people be like, "Oh, well, you gotta wait until more." So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take it as soon as I start feeling bad, and then I'll take it a few days. Like every few days, I'll take one, and it's always been negative. So I've never had COVID.
I've once when I had COVID, they were saying to swipe your tonsils.
I did that. I even did that. Yeah. And it was always negative.
When I did it, I did 2 tests. I did my nostrils and then my tonsils, and only my tonsils showed up positive.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit.
Because there was a different strain.
Yeah.
Like I think there was only one time that I was sick, and I went to the because they weren't giving COVID tests. This was in the very beginning. So I went to urgent care and I got a COVID test done, and it was negative. But I wasn't able to take multiple tests during that. So there is a small possibility I could have had it in that time period, but probably not.
Did you ever do the drive-through ones, or is that the only ones you've done?
Oh, yes. I've done drive-through ones, and I went to urgent cares, and I've done those too. Yeah.
I hated that.
Were you cared about urgently?
No. I was in the waiting room for like an hour.
It's never quick. Even when you're the only one in there. Fucking sucks. The last time I went there, when I had my UTI, I went in there just to like ask them about if they got my results or not. And it took them like 30 minutes just to be like, Matthew? Like, yeah, I just had a question. Like at the lady at the counter.
Yeah.
Because I told her when I signed the paper, I'm like, I just have a question. She's like, okay, I'll get to you or whatever. But what?
They probably get paid extra to make you wait. Like
there
commission.
They get commission, yeah.
Like,
how long can we make this motherfucker wait?
You got my quota.
Under 30 minutes. And people
Extra
start betting in the back. They're like throwing dice.
There is an urgent care that does not make you wait a long time, and it's the one I go to every single
They don't make
time.
you wait a long time, but they take fingers. They take your fingers off.
No, it's a really nice urgent care. It's the one in
Oh, I'd hope so. It has to be
It's
sterile for them to cut your fingers off.
No, it's out. It's a St. Elizabeth urgent care, and it's out by Alexandria.
Oh.
And it's a really nice building. It's like new, but I go in and usually I'm only, and I say I spend max 45 minutes there. Like it's like 20-30 minute wait, and then I get in, and then I talk to the doctor, I get my fucking results or whatever, and then I fucking leave. It's like the best urgent care I've ever fucking been to, and I will go out of my way to go to that one.
But now you can do it online.
Holy shit, you can do it online!
Yeah. No, for real. I don't know if they can give you a doctor's note, but
They
like,
actually come to you in your dreams now, and you just tell them.
Like, oh boy, I hope I have a dream about my doctor. Save a little bit of money.
what is that thing? Neuralink?
Neuralink, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hear that I don't know if this is true or not. This is just something I saw online, and you can't trust everything you saw online. I heard that they started human trials.
Oh, they've been doing that.
I didn't know anything about it, but they installed the first Neuralink in a fucking person.
They did it a few months ago.
Yeah, I heard about it about a month ago.
Okay. But yeah, the dude like did like a forum, like a public forum, and was like, it was like a Q&A. He was taking questions, that type of stuff. He was just like, yeah, I have this thing in my head now, so.
He's definitely putting like hidden messages like "help me,
He's
please."
blinking in Morse code.
He's capitalizing letters inside the forum. That's like you have to add it
No,
up.
it was like in person.
Oh, well, you said forum, and I figured.
Yeah, I thought it
forum.
was online too.
Oh,
That's why I said public. I would have just said Reddit.
okay.
What are we gonna do if Matthew comes up positive?
Well, so
Right.
We're
far,
already hanging out here, so it's kind of like
I would leave. I would leave.
immediately.
Yeah, because I mean, there's still a chance you guys would be okay.
Well,
But-
the damage has been done. There's no point in leaving.
Not necessarily, because last time I had COVID, like I would kiss Maya like every day, and she never got COVID when I had COVID. She never got it.
That's
Or
weird.
Her or her mom. And then when her mom and her grandma had COVID, when we were living with her grandma, me and Maya never got it, even though we were in the same room for like hours at a time.
Yeah.
So it's very, very. It just depends.
I think the only way, like us sitting here like this, I think it's fine. But I think if you like start coughing and shit, that's because
we
it's
both been
airborne.
coughing.
Oh.
Just don't spit on me.
So far, not even like the one line is super dark and there's just white.
Which is the test? Is it just the test line that's
The test line is what you need to look for.
okay? I was
So
like,
if you have two lines, it's like pregnancy. If you have
It's
if you have a
pregnancy.
cross,
the control line is the one that stays.
yeah, control. It basically means that one's gonna get red no matter what. That's how you know. I guess if it's working or not. It's a control. Ever been to a goddamn science class?
I was asking.
you haven't. You're dumb. Sorry, that was mean. Sorry, the illness that I have right now is just making me so cranky. I don't. Fuck you, bitch. It's just making me so. I'm so sorry.
I want to go
You don't
home.
wanna look at me. It's like I'm your abuser. You don't even want to make eye contact.
I had to deliver a shipped order to one of the neighbors at Center Park Drive.
That would be
The ones that
weird.
we knew, and I didn't see them. It was like a drop off order. But
Do you
I was
remember
like,
which house it was?
the one? It was that one girl's, the bitch.
Madison.
I don't
The
know.
bitch.
The one with the black hair, and you saw her mom naked.
Madison.
Yeah, it was that house.
What the fuck?
Oh,
You saw
mom.
her mom naked.
Mom had a yard sale and I didn't know about it. And Michael got me this big, ginormous stuffed Dalmatian. And Mom sold the Dalmatian to Madison. And I went over to her house and Madison like rubbed the Dalmatian in my face. I'm like, oh my God, I have the same one. And she's like, oh, do you? You have the same one. Because she knew it was mine.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That
she was a bitch.
When you said rubbed, I thought you meant like she was humping it.
Yeah, I was thinking that for a
Like,
second.
that's really like. And then when I got there, she was rubbing. I was like, "Oh!" You walked in on like you talk about the mom naked. I was like, "Wait, is a mom humping this fucking Dalmatian?"
Dude, seeing her mom naked, that was the most wild experience because she's like, come on. She wanted me to stay the night. And she's like, let's go ask my mom. And I remember walking in her mom's room and her mom was naked and I was like, no, I shouldn't go in there. And she's like, it's fine, come on. And so like I walked up behind her and I was standing there and she's like, hey mom, blah, blah, blah. And her mom was completely naked, putting mascara on in the mirror. And Madison was talking to her and her mom was like, oh yeah, I don't know about that, blah, blah, blah. And was like talking to her normally. And then once her mascara was on, she stopped and she turned and looked and went, because I was just standing there. It was very traumatic. Like she screamed and I was like,
Yeah.
Is that the family that wanted you guys to like shower together?
That was my story with my friend.
Yeah, different
That
friend.
was traumatic. We went to
Yeah.
a gym.
They're like,
And-
let's just all shower together.
Well, it was me and just her. And it was one of those little, it was a stall shower. So we were very close to each other.
Yeah, it's a little
Like
weird.
squeezed in. And they're like, there was a whole room of showers. And I'm like, I'll just go in this one. They're like, no, just shower together. I'm like,
No.
okay. I think I left my bathing suit on, but she didn't. So I was like,
I think that that's normal for some families, but we never saw each other naked.
no.
No.
We were not
Thank
like,
God.
we were not bathed together naked as children, I don't think. I mean, I've seen Matthew naked, but that's different because I was much older and he was a toddler. Like, I've changed diapers. I don't actually think I have, but I've seen diaper changes at least.
I don't know if it's just like when families are just really close and like they shower together like that when like kids are young. But I feel like that's something that's like you have to be really, because I feel like our family, we didn't like hug each other or anything. We weren't like affectionate. So it's like, why would we?
And that's not normal, apparently.
Yeah.
The only affection that I remember is like telling them goodnight, and like my mom would make me hug dad. But I've heard like kids say that they like would shower with their dad. It's like because their dad would like teach them how to shower.
And it's like a normal thing because like with boys, you have to teach them how to pee in the toilet, right?
Yep.
So like obviously you have to like, yeah.
I have a story about that too. The tarantula.
The tarantula.
Yeah. So you both know this, but dad would pee with the door open, like wide open. He would just go up to the toilet and stand with his back to the hallway. So he would pee like sideways into the bowl. So one day I capitalized on it because I'm like, ooh, I have to pee too. So I'm like, I'll be just like daddy, and I'll go in there, and I ran in there and just like stood where like you normally pee in front of the bowl.
Was he in there?
He was peeing. He was midstream, and I just walk up and I just start peeing, and I'm at dick level, like my eyes are at dick level, and like he was like, well, and I was just, he didn't say anything. He was probably just like, what the fuck? And then I'm just peeing, and I remember looking over and just seeing like hair, and I remember like within 5 minutes I like went and told you guys, I'm like, it was a hairy tarantula. But yeah.
Your head was aligned with his.
It was literally like at the level, like it was like this.
Eye level.
Like this.
Oh my god.
Well, he was peeing.
Yeah.
And I was like a kid, so like I was barely at like waist height on him.
You didn't see anything wrong with it because you had your innocence.
Well, I was just like, I honestly didn't even register what it was. I was just like, his peer was fucking crazy.
His peer.
Check your test, Matt.
Oh yeah. Nothing. Nada.
He's not pregnant, guys.
Thank God.
I can keep fucking. This train can keep plowing.
Okay.
Just kidding. That's I shouldn't say that. This is a family friendly. My mom watches this, or she won't watch it for at least 2 months.
Yeah.
Because of how backlogged, you know.
Right now it is May 31st.
Holy shit! Tomorrow's June.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I have a CAT scan scheduled for Caitlin's birthday at like 7 a.m.
Ew.
Because I went to the doctor and I let them know about like our history of aneurysm. She's like, yeah, we should probably do a checkup just in case.
Oh.
So
I should do that?
Depending on what
I get migraines and stuff. So.
I think you should just be safe. CAT scan is open.
Right.
So like it's not. I took an MRI. That fucking sucks.
Oh, but okay. So when men go to the doctors, they can just ask for things and then get it. Watch, I'll go to the doctor and I'll tell them that, and they'll be like, "I don't really think that's necessary.
Well,
it's probably just hormonal.
It's just your period."
I didn't even ask for it. I talked to her and I was like, so our aunt just passed away from a aneurysm. My uncle on my mom's side had aneurysm. My mom had a possible aneurysm.
I looked it up and it is hereditary.
Well, you're born with aneurysm. It's just weakened parts of your
blood vessels in your brain.
So you're born with it. It's not something that just develops. And then if you have like high blood pressure, your chances of one happening go up tremendously. So I heard something like the normal percentage is like 4%. And then if you have family history, it's like 8%.
Yeah, I read that too because I looked into it.
8% is like, that's a big number for that. I explained to her the whole UTI situation. She was like, so I see you got tested for chlamydia. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't. Like I was clean of that. I'm like, I had a UTI.
Why would she judge you like that?
Well, she wasn't. She was just kind of like, it was odd because it was like there was nothing before, and then I just explained to her like the way they have the plumbing set up in my work. I had a stomach bug, and then while I was going to the bathroom, the water like was splashing. And she's like, yep, that'll do it. And I was like, all right. I cleared myself of the chlamydia allegations.
We're already 50 minutes in, so we're going to segue into Becca's story.
Thank you guys so much for watching. It's nice to meet you.
We'll shake his hand.
Don't be like that.
Don't be a little...
Shake my fucking hand, dude. Don't be that fucking guy. Come on. Everyone's looking at us. Shake my hand. Everyone's looking at us. Go ahead.
So this drama kind of needs a trigger warning a little bit. I don't even know exactly what the trigger is. So if you are sensitive to, I don't want to say SA, but it's like linear with that. So I on TikTok there's a lot of debaters, and I frequent debate talk a lot, and a lot of these creators are they go live most of the time for debates, obviously. And one creator that I've been watching for like probably 2 years, her name is Adora, or Adorable on TikTok, and she debates trans rights, and like she has different topics. Like she'll put one, I'm a woman, prove me wrong, or like another one was which bathroom should I use? I guess I should explain she's a trans woman.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, if she was just
I'm a
cis woman,
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
I was like, yikes.
I should have said. Okay. So she's a trans woman.
That makes so much more sense.
About she's an advocate. It just came out recently that she was doing some inappropriate things while simultaneously on live. So she's had bottom surgery, but she has to dilate. Do you know what that means? I guess I'll explain it anyways.
Yeah, I don't know what it. I know what dilation is like for like a cervix.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and explain it.
So
Though.
when a trans woman gets bottom surgery, they have to insert I guess I'll just say like a long tube shape thing inside of the canal, and they have to do this daily. It differs as like you heal and whatever, but as it's healed, you still have to like dilate, and you have to like do it daily, like 30 minutes or something. I don't fucking know the details. So it turns out she was recording herself dilating while she was simultaneously on live, and she would post those videos onto OnlyFans of her dilating
While on TikTok Live.
And the thing is, thousands of people would watch her.
Okay.
And you would have to be like bottom down nude to dilate.
Yeah.
And she would have like her friends up on the panel. Like people would guest request and like come up and talk to her on the live. So she would have like multiple friends to like help her debate on the live, and then they would have like opposition also. So it was like someone found out on her OnlyFans. This is like how it all came out. They could hear her friends in the background of the OnlyFans video talking.
Yeah.
Of like the video was just of her bottom half as she was dilating.
Yeah.
And it's like I've watched every single one of her lives, and she's done this multiple times.
That's kind of really, really uncomfortable.
It's like
why can't you do that separately?
Like, okay, dilating is normal.
Well, that's not the part that's bad.
It's the fact that she was posting it on a site that is mainly for sexual things. She was sexualizing her dilation and posting it for money, and didn't tell anyone. I guess that's a big part.
Yeah,
no one knew.
Yeah.
Not even no one watching. None of her friends. No one knew about this. So
I mean,
zero consent.
I'd be very uncomfortable if like I would call you on the phone and I found out that you were like doing stuff down there while I was talking to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That would make me very, very uncomfortable, and I don't think I would talk to you on the phone anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, like so fucking for real right now. Like,
so it turns out she was doing it for like a year.
Or like calling a dude up and they're just like whacking it, you know what I mean? Which it's slightly different because it's not like a sexual act, but she's turning it into a sexual. She's sexualizing it on her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I guess the main issue is I don't think it's so much the actual like dilation. It's doing it without. I mean, she easily could have just waited until after the live or before, but I don't think there's a problem with doing that if you were profiting off of it.
Was there children watching her on lives and stuff?
Yep.
Could be anybody.
And apparently, one of the oppositions that was there, you could like hear their kids in the background. It's like in the video. So it's just problematic. Now she's like retired from TikTok, and it's like I don't know. I
wouldn't even consider it retired. I think she just got canceled.
So a lot one of the biggest problems I think about this whole thing is that a lot of transphobes are like clinging to it, and they're like, see, these people are problematic. Because
Just
like
one person does something bad and they're like, it applies to all the group, the whole thing.
A big thing that a lot of transphobic people like to say is that trans people are predatory.
I think people who say that have never actually met a trans person and like actually talked to them, because like they're just fucking people.
Because it's like she, as a person, outside of being trans, did something horrible. And she made a lot of people uncomfortable, and like I still kind of feel sick to my stomach thinking about it, because I've like witnessed it and I didn't consent, and I feel really bad for her friends and stuff, because I don't know, it sounds really dramatic, I know, but it's like there's like a whole debate community, and it's like, I guess it's just like parasocial like relationship or whatever, but I don't know, just seeing it play out, and then everyone like is really like actually upset about it and like hurt, and she didn't take accountability, and she deactivated all her accounts and just disappeared, and it's just like,
That's what I was saying. She took the easy way out.
Like-
She was just like, she knew she was gonna get canceled. She didn't retire. She just,
well, she might come back, so
she's probably gonna wait like 6 months to a year and then come back, like most creators who get canceled
and it's
do.
so crazy because so many people on Debate Talk have been canceled recently, so it's like now I have no one to watch on TikTok, because like I'll watch lives and like I'll like work and I'll be listening to lives, and like 5 out of like 7 of my favorite debaters have been like canceled, and they're all just like taking time off. I'm just like, shit, it's good to hold people accountable no matter who they are, you know,
Like, just because she's trans doesn't mean like that's
Yeah.
all you focus on when you do something bad.
yeah. And I feel like it's problematic to be like, oh well, this person is this, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, no, that is very problematic,
Mhm.
because like trans people, they're people.
Yeah.
They're just like you and me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not the thing that we should be focusing on, is that they're trans. They
just
still are people who can do bad things
Yeah.
or good things.
they're just like you or me, but now they have a different hole to pee.
All right.
No, I gotta tell you guys something.
Okay.
So
She has a different bottom now.
You have
No.
bottom
She has
surgery.
the wang
No.
She's
whips it out.
dilating right now.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say
no,
that. Don't say
I'm not.
that. What? No, I was just
I
kidding.
spent like 2 hours last night looking for Reddit
Dilating?
stories.
That's what we call gooning now.
Looking for
For
Reddit
edging, she
stories.
was just dilating.
Oh, no.
Looking for Reddit stories.
Yeah.
Is that
And
what you call it?
apparently I didn't fucking save the ones that I added.
It's
So I'm
okay.
going to have to go on my phone and see if it's still there on my phone.
It's okay. We can just do Reddit next week.
No, I'm still going to do a Reddit story.
Like, I don't know. I get really invested in like parasocial things.
Yeah.
And it's like devastating kind of to like.
Whenever I try to watch like debates, I usually end up cringing.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, there's this one guy that I kept watching. He's
On TikTok?
on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I agree with anything that he's saying, but I haven't seen anyone like, I guess, school him on anything. So like, I just it's someone you definitely do not like. He's like a super conservative dude. I'm not saying that I agree with anything that
Right.
he's
I
saying,
know, yeah.
but he's a really good debater.
Mhm.
So it's like
What's his name?
I honestly don't know, but the stuff that I would see, I would just watch because like everyone that talked to him would like immediately start ad hominem him and be like, "You're a fucking piece of shit." And he's like, "Yeah, dude, no one wants to debate me today." I find it entertaining, but at the same time I'm cringing because there's a group of people and there's one dude that's like way overly confident, and then the person that's like challenging him is like, "I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, dude. You make me so mad. I just don't like you. I just don't like you." And then they always leave feeling like they did something, but then at the end of the day, it's just like, next, you know? It's next one up. Like,
I feel like a lot of debate talk, it's like you can't be in your emotions like that. You have to be like a logical.
oh, absolutely,
thinking, yeah.
absolutely. But it's
And it's
always
really
so
hard.
funny because it's like, here's another libertarian. No,
Libertarian!
he doesn't say that. Like, I can see where they're coming, like where both sides are coming from. I don't know what I personally believe though. Like, that is something that I've always been like.
Is it
I
because
don't know
you're
what
afraid to like stick to something?
Not necessarily. Like, if I was conservative, I would have no issue being like, I'm conservative.
Do you think it's because so many like I'm very far like left, but then you also are closer to people that are more far right. Do you think that's why it's hard to like
Could be because it is
polar opposites?
a lot of what you surround yourself
Yeah.
with. Like back before I voted in 2020, I hung out with Maya and her family a lot, and they all, I mean, and Momo, and they, all of them were like, "Fuck Trump, fuck Trump." Like literally, Trump would breathe and then like sniffle, and they'd be like, "What a fucking douchebag, dude." I look into it. I'm like, maybe the media is kind of digging into it. I mean, a little bit, but I mean, sure, Trump is still a bad person.
I saw a post that he got convicted of, what was it, 34?
34 felonies.
34
felonies.
Because someone said Rule 34.
And someone's like, "Oh, did your cult leader become a felon?"
No, it doesn't make sense that you can be a felon and you're not allowed to vote, but you can be a felon and be the president.
Well, they're gonna, more than likely, it's gonna be a whole thing on if a felon can be a president.
It shouldn't even be a thought.
Well, he was a president before in the past, so will he even serve jail time?
Well,
that's going to be one of those
the
things.
maximum jail time for his crimes are like 4 years. So him being 77 and having no priors or anything, he's probably going to get off easy, which is expected.
Well, he had the civil.
Civil is separate from criminal.
I know.
So,
but I'm just saying he was guilty of that too.
Yeah, but it's not like on his record. Like,
I know, but I'm just saying that's another moral thing that like.
Well, yeah.
From what I read, each felony has a jail time sentence, each individual one of 0 to 4 years.
Right.
Each one. So he could serve life, the rest of his life,
what's
or 0 years.
But serving
consecutively.
Almost say conservative. Serving life for hush money payments is kind of crazy. Like
he's 77, so like 4 years could be the rest of his life.
Hush money, like, I know the judge in the case is like very much against Trump as a person.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, what the fuck were you gonna say?
No, sorry.
What were you gonna say about my president? What were you gonna say about my president? No, I'm kidding. But I think it is. I don't know if it's decided by a jury or if it's decided by the judge. I don't know how that works.
For the civil.
For the criminal. For what? Because he has sentencing in July. Yeah. So we'll find out what the route is.
I thought it was in June, like July. Something.
July.
It's July?
Yeah.
I think like July 11th or something.
I thought it was June 11th. I guess I just read it wrong. I read all this last night because I was like looking for content to talk about on the pod.
The first 2 weeks of Julie.
Was any of that fraud?
I think it was all hush money payments for
I think
Stormy Daniels.
He was caught with fraudulent, like he was selling property in New York, and it was like he times the square footage by like 10.
He inflated all of his properties so that he could get loans and stuff.
Yeah. That's fraud.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm learning all about all that in my accounting classes.
That is very common. Trump isn't
times 10.
Trump isn't the only person who has inflated.
I know, but times
it's not
10,
good. No, I know it's not
like
good.
Like adding 20, 100, not 100, 20, 100, adding like 100 square foot. It's like okay, but like it was like 1,000 square foot, and he was like 10,000 square feet.
I mean, it's not good.
I know.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying
up.
Like he's not the only one that would do shit like that.
But
I mean, it's all shady. Everything is shady.
It all comes back to this. He is a candidate to be our president. Do you want that? That person should not run.
Fuck I want. Because the economy was actually really good when he was running. And
are you actually?
Our choices for president right now are a cult leader, somebody who is actively supporting genocide, and somebody with a worm in his brain.
Oh, RFK? That's probably who I'll end up voting for, RFK Jr.
I feel like everyone's going to vote for him, but it's, what is it called? Not the swing vote. There's a term for when people all vote independent. The independent person will not become president because of how our fucking system's set up, but it'll benefit either the right or the left.
It'll probably benefit the left more because I think more MAGA voter, or not MAGA, more Republicans are identifying more with RFK than they are with Trump.
Yeah.
But I mean,
both sides are pulling together.
Well, they're over it. We're over it.
Yeah.
We're done with this fucking bullshit. We're done with the fucking lobbyists. We're done with fucking insider fucking trading and fucking politicians making votes to benefit their own fucking pockets and fucking over the working class. We're fucking over it.
I'm like really conflicted because Project 2025, it's going to get rid of gender affirming care for everyone, no matter the age.
Have you read it? It's 1,000 pages long, but have you read any of it?
Because a part of me is like, I should vote for Joe Biden to save like trans people in the LGBTQ community, but it's like he's supporting genocide, so I'm like,
one of the things in the fucking manuscript is 2025 manuscript is it's all about the nuclear family, right? And they want to impose a tax on single women. Like if you're single and you don't have kids, you know how like with Obama, how if you don't, how he put the Obamacare in, and people who didn't have insurance has to pay $800 a year for not having insurance. It'll be similar to that.
I didn't have to pay for not having insurance, by the way.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Justin was telling me that his friend doesn't have health insurance and doesn't have to pay. And I'm like, I don't know if that's changed or not, because Justin's like, just take me off the health insurance. It's expensive. Okay, anything else about the political fucking shit? Because I'm going to read this story. It's not long. Okay?
I can't even think of anything to say. The brain in my fog. Fuck. See,
we're just going slightly over our time. So
I just want to say, if you use your religion as a basis for who you vote for, I hate you.
I will argue that perhaps you're doing the same thing.
I don't follow a religion.
Right. But you're saying because he's religious, I'm not voting for him because of what he believes in.
I didn't say that.
You just said it just now.
Did you see that?
I didn't say that.
Mind you, I don't know.
I don't mean to put words in.
They're all Christians.
I don't know if this is true. Okay, like 100% true. I will have to do research on it. But I saw something. So, grain of salt, everyone, that Trump is selling his own Bibles. And he added the chapter of Donald.
That is kind of funny though.
Like I said, grain of salt. It's just something I saw. Don't know if it's fucking
true. That's a Facebook meme that you saw, and you're like, repost.
No,
the 30-year-old in you is emerging from its carcass.
I saw it on
cocoon.
TikTok. And the dude was reading that chapter out of the Bible. He's like, I just bought this.
1945. I was born in New York.
Young Donald went out and with a small loan of $1 million from his father to build his empire.
But I didn't mean to put words in your mouth.
What did you even mean? I wasn't saying
that you were saying that you didn't want to vote, or that. Can you repeat what you said just so I can understand?
If you are a person who votes based on your religion, like for values that are more guided towards your religion, I don't like you. That's what I said.
So then what do you vote? What do you look for when you vote?
I'm saying it's separation of church and state. No law should be made based on anyone's religion.
I mean, a lot of America's foundation was...
Yes.
Okay.
Because of radical Christians.
What of America's foundation was off of religion?
Pretty much all of it. We the people.
How do you...
We the people, dog.
Okay, you know the one nation under God, you know that was added recently?
I told you that. It was added in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that from me, you fool.
Mm-hmm.
You can't use
then why do we have freedom of religion then if it was all based off of religion? What did they mean by that?
Dude, we're a melting pot.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
It's so funny because we've always been told we're a melting pot, but literally we were found on... This country was founded on genocide, blood, and exploitation.
I'm saying America is very... pro-Christian. Like we, I'm not saying we as if it was me, but I'm saying white people from Europe, we came over and we saw, hey, these fuckers aren't believing in God. So like, we gotta kill them. That's essentially what happened.
How dare you not believe in my religion?
They were, what's the term?
Indoctrinated?
Kind of indoctrinated. There's another term for it that I'm trying to think of where it's
gentrification.
No, kind of right. Gentrification. Kind of. It's where you strip them of everything that they were, and
like
now,
we did to the Native Americans.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They had schools to make the whiteification.
Yeah, essentially, it was like, hey, buddy, you know Jesus Christ? No, you're gonna learn. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that America has kind of always had that mindset of God first. I'm not saying that it's right. Okay. I'm saying how things have been.
But you're saying I'm saying people shouldn't do this, and you're saying but it's been this way. So what's your point?
I guess my point is that it's always kind of been this way, and if you go against the grain, it's kind of like you're going up current. It's like sure you can do it.
Do you know what a revolution is, Matthew?
I understand.
Thank
But
you.
do you know how big America is? Like
I understand.
I understand. America's big. Do you know that? But like with revolutions, like American Revolution, yeah, we had I think millions of people here already, but that the only reason we won that was because
we had our guns.
How far away we were from home base. You know what I mean? And with Italy, with their revolution, just like there just wasn't as many people back then. I mean, I don't know much about that revolution, or if it even was it France or Italy. I don't fucking know. See what I mean? My imperialism is the death of me because I'm like, if you go overseas, I don't know shit about fuck. I know America.
Okay, so what we need to do is the American people need to band together and buy a shit ton of land, and that is where we will host our revolution.
Dude.
Okay, we will learn that land like the back of our hand. So when the government comes in to try to steal our children, we will rise up and fight against.
Oh no, we just stop having children.
I was just making a dramatic speech.
That's part of it.
I mean, yeah.
What land? Try to buy some land right now. You literally can't. The government has already said checkmate. Try to buy some land. You literally cannot right now.
Like, I mean, they sold a bunch of land to China, apparently. And it was like a whole fucking thing.
Well.
Allegedly. Because I'm not 100% sure.
I mean,
you're going to get sued.
The amount of debt that we have right now with China, it wouldn't surprise me if they were just like, give us our land now! And we're like, okay, fine!
Like, here, instead of paying you money, how about we give you some land?
We'll give you a couple acres.
It's more like a couple hundreds of thousands of Lakers.
We never even...
Acres.
The LA Lakers. We never even gave our former slaves their 40 acres and a mule that we promised.
40 acres each?
40 acres and a mule. That was the promise. Like, you will have your own land for free. We never did it.
We're fucked up.
It's ironic that it's not even their land to give to them.
You know,
I'm pretty sure Hawaii was stolen, and it was against our current laws when we took it. I think it was Hawaii.
When
we took it, and they were like, "Well, we make the rules, so
like
I say it's not illegal."
They had like their own government and everything going on over there, and we were like, there was like a queen or whatever, and we're like, we don't like that shit. We just killed her. I don't know if we actually killed her,
so messed
but
up.
she's definitely dead now.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's because of us.
Right?
It was definitely correlated in some way.
Yeah, definitely a correlation for sure.
But yeah, that whole situation was fucked up.
I'm going to read the Reddit story because we're going way over. The Reddit segment. Am I the asshole because I left my friend on vacation because he snores?
Yep.
You left your friend on vacation?
Not the asshole.
So for context, I took my friend on a one-day vacation to Universal Studios, and we were both going to leave the next day around 2 p.m. However, I have never known him to snore as loudly as he did that night. That night, he was snoring extremely loud, occasionally passing gas, and had the air conditioner on so cold that I couldn't handle it. He even at one point told me to just bundle up. None of this made me mad, by the way. In fact, I wasn't mad at all. I just couldn't mentally handle his snoring, so I got up and told him at around 5 a.m. that I was going to take another flight. I'm pretty sure that he felt terrible about it, considering I left him alone, even though he didn't say he did when I left. But sure enough, he's blocked me. Also, one thing that stuck out was that his snoring got muffled in his sleep occasionally. I'm pretty sure he has sleep apnea. I told him before I left and he ignored me. I also texted that to him before he blocked me that it was a serious condition and that he needed to see a doctor. So now I was wondering if he thinks I am an asshole for not only leaving him, but also leaving him and notifying him of that. So she literally got up and at 5 a.m., took another flight home and left her friend in the hotel room alone in Florida.
They were supposed to fly together?
Yes, back. And she just like left him because he snored. By the way,
So
it says at the very end that she's a girl and he's a dude.
So she wasn't able to sleep at all. So she didn't just like wake up and leave. Or she just was awake that whole time. And
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Well, they were supposed to leave at 2 p.m. that day, and she left at 5 a.m. instead. And like... A lot of people are like, he blocked her and everything afterwards.
Yeah.
I would have blocked.
Understandably.
Yeah. I was going to say, there's like, I was with someone that snored, but no amount of like snoring would make me like be that mad.
It's a one-day vacation.
Yeah.
They were there for 1 night.
Even if it was for a week, maybe just be like, we need to get separate rooms.
Yeah.
Not, I'm going home now.
She said-
I would just put like the pillow over my head and just go to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I slept in so many hotel rooms with Chuck, and Chuck is a snorer. I mean, sure,
I'm
it
pretty
got
sure
loud.
they shared a bed. I read through the comments last night, and they were sharing a bed.
Being next to it is kind of different. I've never dealt. Well, actually, no, Maya snores, but not like no, Maya, you snore. Let's be real.
She said that for those saying I should have just got another room, don't understand funds. I paid for our hotel, which was $500 a night.
Did they have a car?
I think they flew there. So she left him there by himself. I don't really give a fuck like what the situation is. You know how scared even me being like almost a 30-year-old woman, right? If I woke up and my friend was gone, even though they told me where they were leaving and I was there in a different state by myself.
Yeah.
Like whether I was a woman or a man, I would have been like, that's so fucked up. But also, I'm pretty sure I have like abandonment issues. So
Yeah.
Like she could just. I mean, I understand it's shitty, but she can totally just sleep on the plane.
I mean, yeah, they were leaving 2 p.m. that day. Or she could have gotten up in the morning, got breakfast, and then, or had to send him out to go get breakfast and then take a nap.
Either that or just go to bed when he wakes up and just be like, dude, you snored really fucking loud last night. Like, I could not sleep. But just to be like, bye.
I would have like turned the TV on and then like put my head under the pillow.
I would just wake
I would
him
have
up.
put headphones in.
I would
I
have
mean-
just pushed him like, dude, you were fucking crazy. Lay on your side or something.
No, she should have took her pillow and smothered him until he stopped snoring forever.
Oh, man, that's a solution.
Yeah.
We're coming up with solutions to problems over here. When Justin snores, I just go,
Yeah.
and then he goes, and then he turns over.
I just clock him on the side of the head.
No, I like kick him or shove him really
Yeah.
hard.
Nice.
Yeah, just sleep noise or like I don't also one thing that I do not understand, like she's talking about funds. Who the fuck spends $500 a night at a hotel in Florida?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That is bougie as fuck. Like, and they had to sleep in the same bed in their friends. You know what I mean? Like for $500, you could have gotten 2 beds at a normal fucking hotel for like $100.
Like, even the hotel we stayed in, I don't think it was 500 a night.
No, it was like probably like 200 a night, more than likely.
I think they're
Probably.
probably escalating it to make it seem worse than it is. Like I spent the
Well, it is a woman.
$500. I spent $500 on this hotel room, and I couldn't even sleep in it because
Yeah.
I was fucking snoring.
I mean, like, who spends? I wish I knew their ages. Like, who the fuck spends $500 on a hotel when, like, this issue arises and it's like, oh, you don't understand funds, apparently. Like,
Probably
why would you
plugs.
spend $500 on a hotel to begin with? For a 1-day trip, you could have got like almost an entire week with that
Yeah.
in Florida.
Who goes to Florida for 1 day?
That is a good
apparently.
What are
point.
you doing?
That is a good point.
Who flies?
And then the next
Yeah.
day at 2 p.m. Like, what are you doing?
Y'all are
Like,
weird.
I want to drop almost $2,000 on a vacation because they also went to Universal Studios. I want to drop almost $2,000.
Ooh.
So for a 1-day trip, like you could have had an entire week in Florida for that amount of money, and you
Yep.
could have done so much.
But no. You
'Cause
decided,
it's like what $800 for a fucking plane ticket, $500 for the hotel room,
depending on where they flew from, yeah.
and
It's
for
not
2
cheap.
plane tickets, like
Not
you can
cheap.
get it for cheaper, yeah. But it sounds like that she didn't do the cheap flights because she was able to adjust her flight to a different time. Usually with the cheaper flights, that's a lot more difficult to do.
Yeah. Like, I've missed a plane before, and for the same price, they just put me on a different one.
Oh, do you have to pay twice?
No.
Oh.
No, they just transfer the ticket over. Like, you still bought the ticket. It's just
Do you have to buy insurance to do that?
no. The insurance is for when you cancel the flight, you get a refund or something like that. Either that or if they try to boot you off your plane, you get money back.
Do you know how hard it is to get booted off a plane?
You have to
Like-
yell the N-word a couple of times.
Like, no, for real, these people that I see, like, sometimes, like, the drama videos where people start, like, be stupid on, like, well, I'm not moving seats. It's like, ma'am, this isn't your seat. You need to get up and
Yeah.
move. Like, I need to sit. It's like, you are so embarrassing. You are embarrassing yourself.
I am?
Yeah. Do you know who my husband is?
I feel like a lot of these problems would not happen if they didn't sell alcohol at airports and like on planes.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause I feel like half the time they're like
Yeah.
drunk.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
There's one video in particular where she was like, "Do you know who I am?" Trying to say she was like someone in the government, and then they're like, "All right, ma'am, we're removing you." No, what? No, I'll sit here. Like, then why the fuck did you put up all that stink for nothing?
Do you see that video of that girl who sat on the train and then that woman that she was like an old lady? She kept she was angry that girl sat like close to her. So she put her feet on her, like her feet up on her leg. And the girl was like, can you stop?
It's pretty hot.
Like
She kept taking her feet, no, like her shoes. She kept taking her shoes and rubbing it like on her legs and pants. Like she was slouched like all the way down in her train seat like this and taking her feet and being like,
that has to be like assault.
I mean,
That's insane.
when I saw that video, it made me so enraged. If somebody were to do that to me, I think I'd be going to jail.
Yeah.
That one of my hard lines for strangers is do not fucking touch me.
Yeah.
That is all I ask from anyone that I do not know. If I do not know you well enough, do not fucking touch me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with like a pat on the back or like a hey, what's up, or like a handshake,
Well, yeah,
that type of
that's
thing.
fine.
Know them.
Or if I don't know them, like the other day when I went to church with Mom, there was a dude that I don't know, and he gave me a pat on the back. It was all right, but it was like I don't know. Huh?
You punched him in the face.
Well, see, that's a little different. I would not like it,
No.
but I'm not going to cause a stink over it. It's more so like,
It's not gonna get
Hey,
stinky up in here.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I would immediately
Did I
get
consent
defensive.
for that touch, Caitlin?
Like, no, but
You
I know
have to
you.
die now.
I
You
have to
touch me,
die.
I touch you with bullets. You die now.
Oh,
Just kidding. See that gun on the wall?
bye bye.
I bought a bullet just for you.
I mean, it's not loaded. You can see it's obviously open.
That's okay. I'll use the saw instead.
We're gonna get close and personal.
Oh. Yeah, we should have wrapped this shit up. Is it 1 p.m. exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
My Mac is dying too.
Yeah, we gotta.
Okay.
we gotta
Goodbye,
wrap it up.
guys.
Bye.